honey. Hi, friends. Oh, good fire on that one. Hi, hi. Hi, Bruce. Hi, Jason. All right. I'm going to let you guys flow on in here. I reused a playlist because, like, I've just been in a bed cave, like, reading. I've been finding it very difficult to get motivated to, like, do work and stuff. I don't know whether it's just, like, cold weather or what. Or maybe I'm just, like, so invested in the book. It's probably a mixture of both. But anyway, this got me out of bed. And I've had a hard time getting warm, so I felt like core flow was appropriate. Yeah, I'll just let people log in for a couple more minutes. You're only going to need a mat. Exhales during core. And you hold your breath and you just hold it in. That's where you start to get that like lactic acid buildup burn. So like exhale and let that stuff start to flow around a little bit. Playlist was up on my profile. It should still be up on George's as well, I hope. I'm hoping. I don't think she's taking them down. But I'm reusing because I was just too lazy to put some music together. We'll see how fiery this actually is. It might actually be chill core flow. Although I always say that and then it doesn't happen. It's like when I say I'm not gonna demo and then I do. Okay. So get your music device, sit up. This is a 50-minute playlist, so it's a little shorter than your regular core flows. There's an unfortunate thing that happens with IG Live. We're cut off after an hour, so we're doing what we can for now, but stay tuned to the end of class. They got like fun announcements. So all right, get near your music device. I'm gonna count you in for real. 3, 2, 1, play. And then start on your back. You can lie however you like. Actually, you know what? I do want your feet to be grounded on the floor. Your feet can be wide, your feet can be narrow, they can be however they want, but I want your feet to be grounded on the floor. And then I just want you to take your arms out into cactus. Take a couple really big breaths. And then take a nice deep breath in through the nose. As you exhale, you can exhale through the mouth or the nose and start to press the low back down onto the floor, almost slightly curl up the tailbone a little bit and pull the abdominals in through the torso to squeeze out all the stale air. And then as you inhale, allow the tailbone to come back down toward the floor, the low back to lift all the way up to the chest. And then as you exhale, really start to press the low back down into the floor. Exhale down all the way to the pelvic floor. And then one more, breathe in. All the way up to the chest, feel the shoulder blades round. And then as you exhale, kind of like curl round the tailbone and start to exhale all the stale air out. So keep that imprint, and then from there, you're going to start to draw the right knee in toward the chest. Feel that action activate from the hip flexor. Start to take the left leg forward in space. Now you can either, we're going to press out 1 and come back, do it there, or you can curl up. So it's your choice. Take a breath where you are, and then tap the feet together. That's 1, inner edge of foot to left knee. Tap out 2, inner edge of foot to left knee. Find your imprint, 3, 4, 5. If you're having a hard time finding imprint, lift the foot up a little more, 6. It's just about a 45-degree angle. 7, keep breathing, exhale, 8, 9, All right, so last one. And then pull in, and then extend both hands past that right knee and start to pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You got 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, pause. And then slowly start to take that left heel down, draw the right knee back in space a little bit more, and then just twist over to your left. Look over to your right. 3 breaths. 2. Good, and then slowly start to come back onto your back. Press both feet back down into the floor. And then just, you can take your hands onto your rib cage here and sort of feel this flow in and out. But as you inhale, allow the low back to lift, the rib cage to really flare, and the collarbones spread really wide. And then as you exhale, see where you can pull the rib basket back in, pick the tailbone up a little bit, but keep the collarbone spread really wide. And then again, deep breath in, lower back lifts. So you should be feeling that through your core a little bit more now too. Exhale, pull it in. Might almost feel like it wants to like Charlie horse or cramp. And then one more time, breathe in. And then breathe out. Maintain your imprint. Pull the left knee in. Take the right leg out into space that feels appropriate. And then you can either keep your head on the floor or lift. You could try to do what you did on the other side or switch it up. It's your choice. But it's 1. And then you sort of slide the inner edge of the foot along the inner edge of the leg. 2. And then in. 3, gaze to your feet. 4, maintain that imprint. 6, 7, 8, try to lift your chin a little bit. 9, last one, pull your knee in, reach to the outer edge of the left knee, really glue the inner edge of the foot to your right knee, and then pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, breathe out, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, okay, that floats. Come back down, and then twist to the right. Breathe there, 3 breaths. 2. Amazing. Slowly start to come back through center. Pull both knees in toward the chest. Start to rock up and down your mat 2 or 3 times. Rock it up into a baby boat. Pull the heels in toward the seat bones. Really lift up through the chest. Pull your navel back toward your spine and feel your hip creases root down toward the floor. And then just inhale, reach the arms up as high as you can. Keep tucking the heels in for 3. For 2. Cross one ankle over top of the other. Pull your heels right in. You roll over top your shins. Come into a tabletop. So I'm going to have your toes tucked under. Press firmly down through the hands. And then from there, just allow the chest to drop a little bit, the shoulder blades to pull in toward one another, then push into the hands, and spread the shoulder blades away from one another. Kind of puff up the space between the shoulder blades, and then hug your upper arm bones in toward the sides of your body. And then from there, come off your knees 1 inch. And then from there, you're going to do little hip dips in your bear today. So you're going to take the right hip over to the right, center, left, center, right, center, left. It's just a tiny little motion. And I mean, I'm not counting reps. I want you to feel that through your obliques for another 10, 9, 8. Keep puffing up the space between your shoulder blades. 6, 5, 4. You're almost there. 3, pull your chest forward. 2. All right, stop at center. Take your knees down. Keep your toes tucked. Inhale into a cow. And then exhale back into a cat. Again, breathe in. Breathe up. One more time, breathing in. Good, breathe out into cat. And then come forward, neutral spine. Start to take your right leg back in space. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, draw your right knee to your right tricep as much as you can. Try to draw it in behind rather than out to the side. 3 breaths. Pull your right heel up. 2. Right leg back in space, try not to droop the belly. Right knee to left elbow. Pull your chest forward though for 3. Lift your right heel for 2. All right, take it back. Set it down. Turn your hands the other way. So yeah, palms up. And then inhale forward into a cow. Exhale back into a cat. Cow. Breathe in. Try to press your fingernails down into the floor. Exhale. Try to release tension. Don't overload the wrists. Breathe in one more time. Let it go. Neutral spine. Turn the hands back around. And then from there, really press down through your right toes, right knee. Pull up through the belly. This is not a good shirt to be showing this in. I'm starting to get too hot. It'll come off. Take a deep breath in where you are. And then as you exhale, pull your left knee as far in behind the left tricep as you can. So not so much off to the side, but behind it for 3. Really push down into the left hand. Lift your chest up, 2. And then take it back in space again. And then to the right, but rather than leaning to the right, can you bring the chest forward for 3? Really try to lift that left heel. 2. Ooh. All right, send it back in space, and then from there, come down onto your forearms. You can interlace your hands or push your palms together. It's a completely personal decision. It's up to you. You can put forearms down onto the floor if you'd like. I find this a little bit easier. Draw your chin over on top of your thumbs. Start to press your heels back in space. Draw the big toes right together, okay? So tuck the tail. And then it's kind of like what you did in bear. Little hip dips. Through center to the side. So it's just a tiny little thing. Try not to bounce the hips around too much. Keep the chest moving forward. You're gonna be here for another 10, 9, 8, chest forward, breathe out, 6, 5, 4, you're almost there, 3, 2, all right, that's it. Take your knees down onto the floor. Take your seat bones back onto your heels. Take a little break. Take your hands back towards your heels if you want to give your shoulders a little rest. Breathe there for 3 breaths. 2 breaths. Okay, and then from there, start to tuck your toes under. Come up into a kneel. Start to reach your arms forward in space. And then from there, start to sit back towards your heels. Try to keep the rib basket pulled in. And as you inhale, send the hands back into hamstring curl pretty much. And then start to come back down. And then back up. So for 3, try to lean forward as much as you can. 4. Good, really think about sticking your bum back, but containing the ribs. 5. And squeeze your tush at the top. 6. Almost like you're pulling yourself forward. 9. All right, call that the last one. Stay up on your knees. Take your arms out into a T position, and then from there, you're gonna start to twist to the right, and then you're gonna bend your right elbow and just pulse it over to the right. See where you can really pull this sort of right rib cage and right hip crease together, so you're feeling that pulse through the oblique. And then come back through center, move the other way. So start to twist, try not to lead with the hip, use the obliques to actually twist, and then bend the elbow, keep the left rib, left hip pulling toward one another, and then just sort of pulse into that. You should feel the left side of your body becoming really, really active to make that action. And then come forward, sit down toward your heels, come forward into a tabletop. This is your first downward dog. Actually, no, walk your hands back towards your feet. Take your hands off the floor for a little bit. Just stand on your feet. Bend your knees generously if you need to. Find spaces within this practice that are challenging, but also seek out the spaces that are just really nourishing and feel good. And you can make any part of this practice slide on that scale between challenging and just feeling good. Slowly just to walk the hands forward in space. So you're coming into a plank now. Take a deep breath in where you are, and then slowly start to come all the way down to the floor. Keep pulling your belly button away from the floor as you lower. Good, now untuck your toes, lengthen one leg back and then the other. Really try to press the pubic bone down toward the floor, lift the low belly up. Take the arms out a little bit wider and then try to lift your wrists up higher than your elbows. And then from there, put your forehead on the floor, keep the arms up. And then take a deep breath in where you are, and as you exhale, lift. And then inhale, come back down. Exhale, lift. And then breathe in. Breathe out, that's 3, 4. Good, last one. Come back down. Now you're gonna stack one hand on top of the other, put your forehead down onto the backs of your hands, squeeze the big toe sides of your feet together and keep the pubic bone pressing down into the floor as you lift the navel away from the mat. Now here, you're gonna take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, you're gonna lift your thigh bones. So breathe in, and as you exhale, 1, 2, 3. Keep trying to pull your heels in, 4, 5. All right. Back to a child's pose for a moment. For 3. For 2. All right, so slowly start to come forward into a tabletop. Tuck your toes. Lift your seat bones up and back, coming into downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet a little bit. Rock your hips side to side. Shake your head yes or no. Move in any way that feels organic and good. And then be there for it. Look forward, bend your knees, step or hop your feet to the top of your mat. And then as you inhale, lift your chest forward. You exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, lift your arms. And then exhale, take your hands on your hearts. Sun cells, lift your arms, breathe in. As you exhale, fold over your legs. Pull your forehead into your shins, soften your knees. Breathe in, chest moves forward. As you exhale, keep the chest forward, put the hands on the floor, bend the knees to step or hop back to a plank. Hug the upper arm bones in as you slowly bend the elbows back for chaturanga, belly button in, maybe chin forward. And then flip to the top of the feet. And just extend through the elbows to lift up through the chest for upward dog. And then over toes, downward dog. Breathe. 1, 2, 3. Almost there. 4. All right, look forward, bend your knees, step or lightly hop your feet to the top of your space. Breathe in, lift the chest forward as you exhale. Fold. Breathe in, lift the arms. And then exhale, hand start. And then again, breathe in. Exhale. Inhale, chest lifts. As you exhale, keep the chest moving forward the whole time. And then up. And then it moves back toward your thighs. As much as you're pushing your hip creases back in space and trying to pull your chest back toward your thighs, can you still contain the rib basket? Don't let it spill out toward the floor. It's more than just pulling your belly button back toward your spine. That I can do while still expanding out through my rib basket. I'm doing it right here. The difference is that. Look forward, bend your knees. It's subtle. Step or hop forward. And then inhale, lift your chest forward. Exhale, fold. Lift your arms. Exhale, hands to heart. Last one on your own. Good. Breathing in downward dog for 1. Good. Feeling the whole floor underneath your fingertips, the ground underneath of your toes. All right, and then look forward between the hands, bend the knees, step or lightly hop your feet forward. Breathe in, chest will lift. As you exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, slowly lift your arms. And then exhale, take the hands down to the heart. Good, so you're just gonna slowly start to stand over onto that left foot. Start to reach that right leg up in space.
And then as you exhale, slowly start to send the right leg back in space as you bend the left knee, taking the right foot down onto the floor. Take the right knee down. Try to stack the right knee below the right hip. Good. Inhale, lift your arms. And then as you exhale, take both hands down to either side of your left foot. You're stepping your right foot back to meet your left foot. You're coming back into a tabletop. Press firmly into the left hand. Lift the right arm way, 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 way up. And then this is more about obliques than it is about shoulder. It's a thread the needle. You exhale, pull through, but feel the left side do the work. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, pull through. If the right arm going all the way up is too much, hand behind head. Just elbow. For 4. Down. 5. And down. You got 6. Good. Through. 7. Through. 8. Through. 9. Good. Through. Last one, really lift through the left side rib cage and just roll your right wrist out a little bit. Pull your right hip back in space. Feel that left side really crunch it up. And then take the right hand down. Step the left foot back in space. Step the right foot back in space. And then hinge back to your downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up and back. Watch your counters. As you exhale, take that right knee to the right elbow, right tricep. Try to stay behind the arm instead of to the side. Lift the right heel up. Pull your chest forward. And then inhale, take it back again. Exhale, same thing. So you've done this all 4s. Now you're just in plank. So to the other side, chest forward. And then you inhale, lift right leg up and back. And as you exhale, step right foot forward in between thumbs. Take the left heel down onto the floor. Slowly lift left arm up and then right. So looking out over the right middle finger-ish. Notice if you're really leaning forward, see where you can find this right sit bone. And tuck it in back toward the left sit bone a little bit more. Feeling a little more weight. Shift to the outer edge of your right foot. Take one more deep breath in. Press into the outer edge of the left foot there so you can lift the inner edge of the left thigh. And then start to take a reverse. And then slowly start to reach forward. So hinge the right hip back in space. As you reach forward, look to the floor. Take the right hand to the floor or to a block, whatever you can reach. Slowly step weight forward to your right foot. Now I want you to start to extend the right leg and feel the right hip move back in space. Once you've got that, it should feel sort of like a side plank through the right side. Start to lift the left leg up. Breathe there for 1. Keep trying to pull the right hip back. 2. It's hard. 3. It's 4. All right, so slowly start to take the left hand down. Turn the left hip down. So 2 headlights, if they were facing out of your hips, would both be shining down. Start to pull the left knee in toward the chest. Bend into the right knee, sit back into the right heel. Maybe come down to the floor. And then from there, roll down onto your back. Keep the right knee bent. We'll keep this the way it is. You'll take your left hand out to about a 45 degree. You don't need to imprint here. Right hand comes out at about a Y. Left leg out at about a Y. Take a deep breath in as you exhale. Tap 1, 2, 3. Really press that right foot into the floor. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You got 10 more. 10. You can also do this bent knee. 9, 8, 7, 6. Ground through that right foot, left hand. 5, 4. You're almost there. 3, 2. Last one. All right, so from there, cross your right leg over top of your left leg. There we go. Interlace your hands behind your head. Set your left toes on the floor, find your imprint. Take a deep breath in. And then slowly start to draw your thigh bones in. Start to pull your forehead up, tap. 1. Try to extend as much as you can without lifting the low back. Pull in as much as you can. 2. Extend as much as you can without lifting the low back. And then pull in 3. Ugh. And then lower your leg to grunt. 4. Ugh. All right, last one. 5. All right, take it back down. Now take your arms out into a cactus. Shift your hips over toward the right a little bit. Let both your knees come down toward the left. Allow yourself to collect your body as I collect my thoughts and think about all the things I need to do on the other side. We'll see how this goes. 3 breaths. 2. All right, so slowly start to come up to your center. Shift your weight, your hips back into the middle of your mat. Pull your knees in towards your chest. Come up to a stand at the top of your mat. If you want to roll through vinyasa and all that, go for it. If you want to try rolling up to a stand, then you can start to come to the top of the mat. But I'll let whoever might be doing a vinyasa just finish off. I'll respond to the alarms in my pump. We'll meet up at the top of the mat in 3. Check my watch in 2. Okay, we're good. Okay, so stand at the top of your mat. Maybe collect for a moment. Let go of the other side. Stop anticipating this side. Breathe in the moment you're in right now. And then press down into that left foot. Slowly start to lift that. So, other way around. Press down into your right foot. Start to lift your left knee up. And then as you start to hinge at the right hip, send the left heel back in space. Then start to bend the right knee and set that left foot down, so not too far back. And then you'll bring the left knee down as you slowly come down. And if you could do that with the right hip pulling back the whole time, like, fuck yeah, bonus points. Inhale, lift both arms. And then as you exhale, take both hands down to the floor. Move it back into a tabletop. Good, so from this tabletop, it's thread the needle other side. So you're really pressing down into the right hand. Lift the right side rib cage. Inhale, lift left arm up. 1, thread through. 1. Feel that through the right side rib cage. Even if you need to move slower, I'm counting down 10. It doesn't mean you have to do 10. I'd rather you do 3 and felt 3 than did 10 just because it's a number and didn't feel anything. I think I'm at 6. It's burning like I should be at 6. 7. Keep breathing. If your right shoulder is feeling gas, bonus points, you're using it. 9. I just swallowed my hair a little bit. Last one, I'm choking. All right, so really push the right side rib cage up. At the same time, can you very gently pull that right hip back in space? Really feel that right side lift. All right, then slowly start to come back down. Step your right foot back. Step your left foot back. Push back. Pedal it out a little bit. Shake it off. Take a few heavy sighs. It's sounding like I need a few. This is what happens when all you do is read all day. I haven't really been on the bike because it's freezing. All right. Left leg up. And then left knee forward to left tricep. Try to keep it in behind. Bring your chin forward. We'll draw your chest forward a little bit too. Not so much that you're stressing out the back of your neck, but a little bit. Take it back. And then to the right. Keep pulling the chest forward. Keep lifting the left heel up. And then take it back. And then left foot forward in between hands. Right heel will roll to the floor. Right arm's coming up and left. I think we're doing all right so far. Look out over that left middle finger. Find your left hip crease. Pull it back in space. So feel your left sit bone pull back towards your right one. And then as you lift the inner right thigh, you feel the right one pull in toward the left one. So they almost go from like this space and then they magnetize in toward one another. And then from there, you can almost feel the 2 front hip bones starting to magnetize in toward one another. And then you add that little like subtle kegel, the feeling of Uddiyana Bandha, pressing the low belly in and up toward the rib cage. And it's just like, this thing is solid. It's not going anywhere. 3 more breaths. Hold it for 5 minutes. 2 more. We're not going to do that. Take 1 more breath. Slowly start to reverse. And then you'll slowly start to reach as far forward as you can. So as you reach forward, pull this left hip crease back in space. Reach, reach, reach. Maybe the hand comes down, maybe it doesn't. not important. Slide in. Find your left leg first. See where you can, even just this. Pushing the left hip back in space, not even necessarily coming off the right leg. Can you find that action? And then maintain that action. Because as I start to lift the leg, the hip wants to come forward again. That's where you end up with that right foot behind your right hip quite a lot. Something that you do often, you're not actually thinking about it. You're just doing it. Right? Make that left side as long as you can. And then right hand comes down, right hip rolls down. You start to pull the right knee in toward the chest, sit back into the left heel. Maybe you sit, maybe you crouch down, no big deal. Lie back onto your back. The left foot will stay on the floor. The right leg will reach out. Just let it reach out in a way that feels natural. Right hand down at 45. Left arm up above you. Take a deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You got 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, that's it. Take it down. And then left leg over right leg as you pull right knee in behind left, yeah? Right foot down over to the floor, find your imprint. Really try to lift your tailbone up. And really your hands behind your head. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, lift tail, lift head, just squeeze. And then try to extend out as much as you can while maintaining imprint. This is really where the work is. Some of the work is in curling, but I find most of the work's in uncurling. Was that 2? 3, 4. Use your breath. Last one. All right. Shift your hips over to the left. Take both knees over to the right. Breathe there for 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, so slowly start to come back onto your back. Shift your hips back into the middle of your mat. Pull your knees in towards your chest. Start to rock up and down your mat 2 or 3 times. You're gonna rock over top your feet through vinyasas, back to downward dog. And then take every side. Okay, so we're gonna work through a lot of the same actions. I'm just gonna start to combine them together. So just stay with me, it'll be all good. Take the right leg up. As you exhale, take the right knee in behind the right tricep. Good, now really press that right arm back into your right knee as you pull your chest forward. It's a little micro bend in the right arm for 3, 2. Take that right leg back. Now take the right knee to the left elbow. This time turn to the inner edge of your left foot. Kick your right foot through. Take your left arm up. And then start to reach your left arm forward in space. Take the left hand down to the floor. Start to drag your right knee over to the right side. Flip over onto the outer edge of your left foot. Step your right foot down behind your left knee. Reach into your wild thing. Think about that. Whoop. You're still pushing up. It's the same thing as thread the needle. And then from there, step your right foot forward outside your right hand. Take your left knee down onto the floor. Cycle back and forth a couple times if you need to. Flip the hands over if you need to. Breathing here for 3, 2. And then you can take any lizard of your choice. So you can take it to the hands, forearms, bind it. Like there's so many options. Just choose one that feels supportive, nourishing, challenging. If it's in a supported and meaningful way. For another 3. Let's do. Press back into the hands. Come off the left knee. Step back into a side plank, left side, lift the left side rib cage. You're gonna lift the right arm. As you exhale, you're gonna reach. That's 1. Lift. 2. Find those seat bones pulling in toward one another. 3. 4. This is your last one, like this. And then can you add a dip? 1. 2. It's super hard. 3. 4. Last one. Come down into a center plank. Come down onto your belly. Good, and then from there, just take the left arm out to the side, roll over onto the left side, and just stretch out the left side of the chest. You may be able to get to a slight stretch to the left side. If you were to really reach those left toes away from you, might feel kind of good. And then slowly start to come back through center. Push yourself back into a child's pose. Breathe there. 3 breaths. 2 breaths. Slowly start to come forward into a tabletop. Tuck your toes. Lift your seat bones up and back. So again, same things. We're just moving them all together a little bit more. Lift your left leg up. And then as you exhale, take your left knee to the back of your left tricep. And then just take a little micro bend in your left elbow. Can you push your left knee forward into that and draw your chest forward? Lift your left heel up, lift your right thigh bone up. And then take it back. And then take it to the right. Turn to the inner edge of your right foot. Kick your left foot through. Lift, lift, lift. Then right arm up for 3. 2, again, just this, right? Same thing. Right hand starts to come down, left knee slides over, you turn to the outer edge of the right foot, and then again, you lift, 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 lift. It's the same thing. For 3, 2. Good, and then you'll slowly, left foot forward, outside left hand. Right knee will come down, shift, shift, rock out your wrists a little bit. There's been a lot of plank and stuff today, and tabletop stuff. And then pause in a dragon of your choice. For 5, 4. Okay, keep the chest pulling forward, keep the right hip lifting, pull your belly button back, bend as. Even here. And then start to come up off the right knee. You can slightly move this right hand around to find a space that feels supportive. Find your side plank. This can be done left leg out in front. 1, up, 2, 3. I'm actually feeling more with my left leg out in front. 4. Last one. And then can you add a hip dip as the arm goes up? So that's 1, twist, 2, twist, 3, lift, twist, 4, lift, twist, last one, and then come back through center. Come to the floor, chest forward, belly button in. Right hand up to the side, roll over onto the right side of the body, just let your head hang. And if you want to find a stretch through the right side, try to make your right side really, really long. Point your right toes as far away from your right hip as you can. For 3, I have to get really active through this left leg to make all the rest of that happen. 2, and then back onto your belly. And start to press yourself back into a child's pose. You can stay here in a child's pose Or if you want to work headstand prep work, come into some form of rabbit with the hands either beside the thighs or the arms interlaced above the head, or with the elbows on the floor and the shoulders pulling away from the ears as you try to cage in the head with the upper arms. Maybe you go upside down, maybe you don't. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and then slowly make your way down. Meet back in a child's pose. Once you feel like the cardiovascular system has subsided, slowly start to roll your way up. And then you can either hop your feet through your hands or take your hips off to one side. Hopping feet through the hands involves taking the hands forward or lifting the knees through the thumbs and then taking it out in front, maybe not. Slowly start to roll back down onto the floor. And then see where you can find that imprint one more time. And then you take your hands up, palm to palm. And then just start to take your right leg out to the side a little bit as you take your left arm out to the side. And just see how far you can go without rocking through the torso. For 3, 2. Take the right arm out, right palm faces down. Pull both knees in toward one another, and then take both knees over to the right. Look left. 3 more breaths. 2. And then slowly come back onto the back. Take the feet back up. Take the legs up. Push your imprint. And then try with the other side. And if you need to move maybe like the leg first and then start to explore with the arm, go for it. It's pretty hard. My wall's getting in the way here, so maybe I can start to bend my knees. Oh, that's a different sensation altogether. For 3. Oh, so you can see my right hip lifting there. For 2. And then start to left hand up, forgot. Draw the knees in toward one another and then take the knees over the left. Look right. For 1. And as you guys settle into that for the next 3, I'm going to turn out the lights in my apartment. Good, so you'll slowly start to come back onto your back. And then you can finish off with the legs against the wall pose. You can take another inversion of your choice. You can take happy baby. If you want anything else out of today, just feel free to take it. Good. And then from there, start to take the elbows down and toward the floor. I'm actually going to take us through shoulder stand today. Start to lift the low belly. If that's enough, maybe just stay here. Or you can start to lift the spine. Grab onto the low back. Start to lift the legs. See where you can send the heels forward in space, taking the crease out of the front of your hips. Really pull the 2 front of those hip bones in toward one another. Feel your seat bones squeeze. For another 3. 2. And then push your hips forward into your hands as you start to lower your feet down behind you. And then if it feels safe and the feet want to come down, you can start to lift the hips back up, but the seat bones up, not rounding in toward your face. And then slowly round back down onto your back. Pull the knees in towards your chest and just gently rock it out a little side to side. Okay, so this last little guy is just a little teeny burner for your glutes as well as your obliques. I was focused on your obliques today, in case you couldn't tell. But you're going to start to more Pilates glute bridge than full yoga bridge. We'll get into it. But you just drop this right hip like 1 inch lower, and then you lift back up. You drop the left hip 1 inch lower, and you push back up. Right, left, right. It's really subtle. Starts to burn through the inner thigh, as well as across the oblique a little bit. But we tend to forget about those inner thighs in terms of core. You're here for another 5, 4, 3, 2. Pause. Press into the elbows, pull the shoulder blades together, interlace the hands. Below the sacrum, I know the tush is burning. Push into your heels, squeeze the tush together, take a little back bend out of that lower spine. And then slowly start to make your way back down. Pull your knees in towards your chest. And just let the legs hang heavy so that the glutes can stretch out really nice. Rock a little side to side. Oh, I forgot I had one more burner. Okay. Start to rock up and down your mat 2 or 3 times. This might actually feel kind of good for your tush. Come up. Baby boat. Remember the beginning of class where we sort of slid? Do that here. 1. You can also do low boat. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're almost there. 9. Last one. Hold. Turn to the right. Bend the right elbow. Pulse. 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 Reach forward. Right. 1, 2. I know it's awful. 3. Sorry, I forgot it's such a chill song. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Pull your chest up. Turn to the left. Pulse. 2, 3, 4. That's it. You did it. Roll back. Pull your knees up towards pull your chest, pull your head up towards your knees. Curl into a tiny ball. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. And then exhale, Shavasana. And after all that hip flexor work, you might kind of just feel, I'm up on my heels and I'm just rocking my knees from side to side. It's pretty good. But do anything that you need to settle in. Lift the shoulders and then plant them back down onto the floor. And just allow the effects of the practice to soak in. You can feel those effects physically in the muscles, the joints, the bones. You can feel that emotionally. You know, a lot of shit that's been worked out on a mat. You can feel that energetically. Perhaps feeling like you energized spaces that needed it, you removed blocks. You can feel the sweat on your skin. The
sensation of the floor underneath of you and the breath moving through your body. Your awareness start to return to your body. Begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. And rock your head really gently from shoulder to shoulder. Rotate wrists, then ankles. And then glue your legs together and point your toes on your inhale. Stretch your fingers far away from your toes as they'll reach to your really nice deep breath in. And then take a sigh. And if that felt good enough to do it again, do it one more time. And then really slowly start to bring yourself up to a seat in any way that feels right. You can sit on your seat bones, on your heels, on a block. You can stay lying down. And then start to sit up really nice and tall. You can feel the action of those muscles throughout the torso, really helping support the length of your spine. My English lost me there for a moment. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Feel that gentle pull of the seat bones in toward one another, that gentle pull of the two front hip bones in toward one another, really starting to access the bandhas. The bandhas are so important. If you're not sure what they are, B-A-N-D-H-A-A, look it up. Just bow your forehead lightly towards your fingertips. Give yourself a moment of silent gratitude for coming onto your mat today. Send out some moments of silent gratitude to the world, really, everywhere, wherever it's due, wherever it's not due, send it out. And taking a final moment of gratitude for me for being here. And we'll take a final deep breath together now. And then just exhale a little way. Namaste, my people. Good work. M asked that I make a little announcement at the end of today. I Am Yoga is going to be offering some Zoom stuff. So we're getting a little more personalized with it, which means I can actually see you in class and offer you personalized adjustments and stuff like that. I still do it playlist being sent out beforehand because I really do feel that music needs to be something in the room with you. It needs to be part of the soul of the practice, in my opinion. But yeah, we're gonna start moving over into some Zoom-like stuff, so keep your eye out on the on this IG page for details and stuff. I'll be coming at you Saturday mornings with Core Flow. If you guys have any donations that you want to send, you can send those over to amorley9@gmail.com, or there's a little link on my website where you can sponsor. So that's there. If Mal is on this, I'm not sure if you are, that golden pothos is growing. It's taken on the persona of my hair man. It's like this vine plant, and it's just luscious, and it's growing over top of it. It's amazing. Anyway, huge fan of the plant. Like all plants. So yeah, have a great rest of the Tuesday night, guys. Peace out, love and light, all that stuff. Yeah, have a great rest of the night. I'm getting back into bed to read my book.